Welcome back to another edition, man. More to live for, man. Got a good one for y'all, man. Another exclusive More to live for story time, man. So need everybody tap in, man. Sit back and get ready for a good one, man. This particular one here, man, like I'm going back and forth, man, if I really want to do it, but you know what I mean, seeing a familiar face kind of brought this whole story back into my mind. So gonna do it just like that, man. But before we get started, man, be clear, man. Be clear, man. I am the voice of the North, man. Make no mistakes about it. Who I do it for, man. All the North, man. Shout out to Old Pack, man. OPR. Shout out to Old River Road, man. Definitely shouting out Sandtree, Vale, Pam Drive, Vandermeer, Maze Circle, everything up in that way. Shout out all the Bethel, man. All the 825, man. Woodbridge, Quail Ridge, man. Price Road, Cemetery Road, Whitfield Road, man. Smith Street, Crenshaw, Lincoln, everything in between, man. You know who I do it for. Be clear. But definitely make sure you go ahead and like this video along with others, man. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, man. It's definitely worth subscribing to, man. And just like that, man, we're gonna dive right into this story, man. So as you can see by the title, man, by the thumbnail, man, old head was tripping, man, for real, big trip. So little backstory, man, just to kind of help build up the story, man, build up the momentum. So we'll be on the same page, man. Everybody definitely know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. So like, I had a particular job before I had this job that I got now. You know what I mean? Restaurant job. Really ain't trying to say their name. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody try to, you know what I mean, pay me for a sponsor, nothing like that. So I definitely ain't, you know what I mean? Ain't got no problem not saying that, but the real ones know. So, you know what I mean? This particular job, that's where the story happened at or whatever. So before we get into the story, man, like one thing about, you know what I mean, this particular job, like it did plug me in with all of South Greenwood. You know what I mean? I already knew some people out there, but kind of like I knew some people that were my age. So getting plugged in with people, you know what I mean, 5 to 10 years younger than me, and you know what I mean, who some of them been on this channel, you know what I mean? So that's what that job did for me. But as far as like any financial gains, anything like that, nah, that ain't what happened out there. But you know, out of those good people from the South, shout out to the South, you know what I mean? Out of those good people that I did meet from the South, you know what I mean? Big South, actually, he been on this channel, whatever. I definitely met him from out there, and you know what I mean, able to network with a lot of people that he know, and you know what I mean. So that kind of ties into that or whatever. So like, but you know, like something that I kind of want to share with my audience or whatever. Like, it kind of ties into the story, but it's just kind of like a disclaimer also to the video though. It's like, and this is just me personally how I feel, but I heard an old head say it, another YouTuber actually. I definitely heard somebody say it, man. It's like, you know, sometimes, man, like violence is like a universal language, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what the two people, man, that never cross paths or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't speak his language, he don't speak your language, but if he got his fist balled up or you got your fist balled up, y'all know what each other talking about. You know what I mean? So that just goes to show you that, you know, violence sometimes is a universal language and sometimes is the only language. And in other, you know what I mean, scenarios, sometimes, you know, people can tell you that they do X, Y, and Z for you, or they feel this type of way about you, they cool with you, but you don't believe it, or people that only say it once or twice, but you know, something happened, they right there on the front line with you. that speaks volumes. But once again, that just goes back to tie in. What I mean, sometimes violence is the only language. I'm not promoting nothing like that or whatever, but what I mean, just making my point about sometimes that we as humans, that is a language of choice that seems to connect every culture or whatever. So, but I say that to say that we as humans, we know that language, language of violence, and we also know the language that we speak. But some people learn the skill, learn the trait of sign language or whatever. And from my understanding, I never really took the time out to find out if sign language is just universal. All the signs are universal in all language. I never took the time to find out, but I say that to say this, that one of the cool guys that I met from the South actually knows sign language. So I say that's where it comes. That's how this whole story is starting to come together. So one of the guys out there knows sign language or whatever, and it just so happened that it's a deaf lady at the job or whatever. So naturally everybody kind of drawn with her, because it's always good to see somebody with a disability still trying to work or whatever, still trying to be active, be productive in the world, not just sitting back. I mean, let's keep it real, man. We all grown here. It's 2023, man. It ain't no reason she couldn't be sitting home getting a check with a disability. What I mean? We just keeping it real, but that just goes to show you the drive in people. Everybody ain't got it, but she had it. She got it. So, her being at a job, man, whatever, like everybody, is kind of drawn to whatever. So, naturally, I think she's been there like 5-6 years. So, like naturally, after a while, people start finding out little things about it. Not too much, but oh, you drive, okay. Oh, you married, okay. Stuff like that, little things like that, not too personal. So, we come to find out that the type of husband that she got, is really like a bomb type. You know what I mean? Like what I mean? Ain't no other way to say it, but like a old, what I mean, crackhead type. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real, man. Like we all grown here, man. It ain't nothing to sugarcoat or whatever. So, we hearing, little work rooms like that. You know how work go and shit like that. So, long story short, you know what I mean? Like we come to find out like this deaf lady going through all type of abuse or whatever. So like, what I mean? All the real ones that we already got a bad feeling about this dude anyway. So like when we hear this, like we immediately like, man, this nigga better not even speak to me or whatever. Like, so that's how everybody feeling about dude. So fast forward a little time, and all of this was like during one of the new COVID eras. So when one of them variants were taking off and doing shit like that, that's when all this happened. Working at a restaurant, whatever. So, you know what I mean? Like, we see this dude or whatever. So, like, after a while, he's still coming in or whatever. But I don't know who said something to him first, but I know, like, eventually, like, every time I seen him after I found that out, it's like he was always even, you know what I mean, drunker than he was before or whatever. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, what type of, you know what I mean? Like, what you got going on or whatever. But as I digress, you know what I mean? Like, eventually, like, he is getting to the point he coming out there, like, getting rude, belligerent. He already drunk by the time that he get up there. So it's like, nobody ain't really trying to deal with him or whatever. So, one particular night, man, like, like, all the guys were there, you know what I mean? Shout out to my homeboy Dirt, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know a Dirt in Sacramento, and I know a Dirt in South Greenville. So yeah, so I can't go wrong. So, but So you know what I mean, all the guys there, man, and once again he come in drunk or whatever, like, yo, man, like I need to, where my wife at, man? Like I need my wife now, man. Like y'all need to go back there and do what y'all supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So like everybody looking like, man, you need to chill, bro. Like nobody ain't really paying attention. Then like I can't remember if he like put his hands on one like the servers or whatever, like when they were walking by or whatever, trying to get somebody attention or whatever. But I know that's when like situation just got like it just picked up a little bit, got a little more intense or whatever. Then I'm just looking at him, whatever, like wrong and stuff. So um around this time, man, like the manager on duty, shout out to my homeboy sales, you know what I mean? He would have whatever, like he play a part of the story too, whatever, like and my homeboy Dirt, you know what I mean? Me and Dirt, we standing to the front. Dirt, you know what I mean? His shift over, you know what I mean? The restaurant vibe, man. Restaurant got bars or whatever. So he, you know what I mean? He posts up at the bar doing his thing or whatever. So, but he hear dude or whatever. And, around this time, everybody like, man, you need to chill, whatever. So he just get belligerent and, all of a sudden he choose me. He like, yo, didn't I tell you go get my wife over there? I'm like, man, you didn't tell me shit, dog. What you talking about, man? You need to chill, bro. I'm like, chill, fuck chill, all this shit, you know what I mean? Back and forth, all this shit like that. So I'm like, man, you ain't talking about shit, man. You ain't talking about shit. And then I remember my homie like, damn, I know he ain't going outside and shit, but my homeboy fucking around and shit. And next thing I know, always like shit, I'm outside with it. I'm like, nigga say he outside with it. All right. I'm like, all right, that's what I'm talking about. He say he outside with it. So when I hear this shit, like, shit like that, man, like trigger words or whatever. Like that's how I take shit like that. So like, like the ultimate goal is, man, like protect me by all means. You know what I mean? Protect me by all costs. So I hear shit like that. You outside with it? Okay, so like shit, I'm a backdoor Jody. You feel me? Like I park right near the back door and shit, just for times like this. You know what I mean? So I slid out right out the back door and shit. I'm right there to some shit that's mine, that's legal. You know what I mean? I ain't go, you know what I mean? I ain't standing in damn long ass lines, you know what I mean, trying to get a permit. I ain't go through them damn, concealed carry classes and all that, shooting at a range and all that, just to leave some shit in the car when somebody damn threatening, you know what I mean, the potential gunplay. Nah, I ain't go through all that just to leave the shit in the car. Nah. I went through that just for this moment or whatever. So like, you know what I mean? I'll go, do what I gotta do to protect myself or whatever. So like while I'm in the midst of this, like, you know what I mean, I'm kinda in a blind spot from him or whatever. So like if I wanted to be on some grimy shit or whatever, like I really could have, but you know what I mean, I ain't that type of person or whatever. So but I'm gonna protect me. I promise you that. So in the midst of him, I see him reaching or whatever and all this shit. So I'm already good and shit. So I let my presence be known. And I'm like, yo, come out with some bullshit, you gonna be laying right beside it. What? All this shit, whatever. Like, and then by this time and shit, I see that he got a little knife or whatever that he pulling out and shit. So I'm like, so what you gonna do with it, homie? Or whatever. I'm looking at him like that and shit. Then like by that time and shit, like I think somebody they either saw me how I was standing, my whole demeanor or whatever, or they kind of heard a gun clicking noise or whatever. So by that time and shit, I think I remember hearing somebody say like, man, somebody called the police. Somebody already called the police and shit. So by this time, man, my homeboy, man, like I said, shout out to my homeboy Sales, my homeboy Dirt, whatever. So like by this time, man, me and my homeboy Sales, man, like, he basically telling me, man, like, somebody already called the cops, man. Don't worry about this dude, man. I ain't tripping about this shit. And I was like, nah, I ain't tripping about it either, but like, I ain't know what the hell he coming out of this damn car with. He talking about he gonna come out here to get some shit. So I don't know what the hell he coming out of this car with and shit. So you know what I mean? Like that's how that shit played out. You know what I mean? Like you say you going to get some shit. Hey, I'll meet you out there with it and see what you gonna do when you gonna get it. Besides lay beside it. You know what I mean? If you getting something to hurt me, You know what I mean? We just keeping it all the way real. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, you know what I mean? As I see what he got and shit, and he see that I ain't coming with no damn knife. You know what I mean? His whole demeanor change and shit or whatever. So by this time, he trying to kind of focus on, you know what I mean, my homeboy that was, you know what I mean, the manager. He kind of trying to focus on him or whatever, and not really even trying to, you know what I mean, argue with me anymore or whatever. So I'm telling my homeboy, like, you know what I mean, I don't want it. Like, I ain't about to sit here and watch him damn swing on you because he think you ain't, like, I ain't about to, even though I know you is with it, you know what I mean? I ain't about to let him, I ain't about to sit here and watch him swing on you. So, you know what I mean? I stayed up, scoped things out for a little bit. And by then, you know what I mean? I can already see law enforcement on their way. So, you know what I mean? Even though everything legit on my end, man, I ain't trying to talk to no damn law enforcement, man. Not if I, you know what I mean? Not if I ain't got to. That's just how it go. So I did the right thing. I got my ass up out of there. Even though I ain't do nothing wrong, but stand my ground. I mean, keep it real. And I live in the South, so no matter, I like my eyes in that situation. So I'm just keeping it real. So that's just an example, man, of you know how sometimes, man, violence can be a language, man, that certain people, man, it's the only language that they can hear, and in other instances, man, it's like violence is the language. The thought of violence or the knowledge of violence is a possible outcome, and knowing somebody is willing to take it there. Sometimes that, you know, can speak to a person and let them know that, yeah, I got you. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where it was with me and my homeboy sales, because like we ain't never, you know, been best friends. We ain't never hated each other. We had some disagreements for sure. I ain't gonna hold you on that, but you know what I mean? We never hated each other, but he didn't know that I ride for him like that. And I ain't know that he'd stand up for me like that. So it's like we both learned something that night, man. So that's just a little quick story time, man. So make sure, man, you like, comment this video, man. Drop a comment, let me know what y'all think, man. Yeah, more to live for, man. We out here, man. Got some bangers on the way as usual, man. Part 2, man. Check me out, man. Check me out, man. Part 2 of the homie. Clydell, Dirty Weather, 916, whatever you want to call him, man. Part 2 of that interview is coming real soon, man. So sit back and wait for that one too, man, because that shit is on the way, man. So you already know what it is, man. More to live for, man. Oh, hell was tripping, man. I don't know what the hell wrong with him, man. But yeah. Oh, another thing too. Before I can't forget this. So when I did leave, old head was still out there trying to get rough with my homeboy, the manager and shit. He ended up trying to swing on my homie. My homeboy sidestepped him and, you know, gently gave him a push, but he's so damn drunk that he fall down and shit, drop his knife and all this bullshit or whatever. By that time, you know, police are there and shit, and you know, he getting up trying to run and all this shit, and stupid motherfucker, man, this dude catch a DUI and all this shit, and got warrants out the ass, out of state warrants type of shit. You know what I mean? All stupid shit that could have been avoided, but he could have been laying down right beside whatever he pulled out. Because if he would have pulled out any damn thing and charged it at me, yeah, I might not have this channel. But I had something because I'm gonna protect my life. So I had that. So that's just how it is. So, but that's just another good story time, man. That you know, sometimes, man, decisions, man, life's all about decisions, man. So sometimes, man, we be in those split second decisions, man. Like, who would have known, like, how it would have went if there was a damn gun that he was pulling out, or if I was just having a bad day. But you know, I took them classes and you know things like that to learn how to be a responsible firearm. I ain't 20 nothing, and I ain't, just now being around guns or anything like that. So, it's good to they do the right thing, because that's what they for, to protect yourself. And I'm gonna protect me, because you can't tell me you're gonna do something to me and I'm gonna just sit around and wait for you to do it. I have my hands in my pocket doing that. That ain't gonna happen. So shout out to all the greats, man. Shout out to all the guys, man. Shout out to my whole side of town, the whole north, man. The whole north, man. We winning. We out there, man. Keep our foot on the gas, man. So yeah, man. Drop a comment on this video, man. Like, share with your friends, man. Let me know what you think, man. I had to drop another story time. Like I said, man, I was going back and forth on whether I want to drop it or not, but I seen the home the other day, so I was like, got to. Oh yeah, pulling up on Southside Dirt real soon too, so be on the lookout for that, man. So foot on the gas, man. Head to Cali real soon too. Going back. Yes, I am, man. So be looking for me out there for some of the guys that I interviewed already. So keep me in the loop, man. Chasing this algorithm, man. Algorithm stalker, man. That's what we is, man. Foot on the gas, man. Roll to 100K subs. I'm gonna get 1,000 first, but after that, 100K is the new goal. So that's how we rocking, man. More to live for. Voice of the North, man. Why settle for less? My last name Moore. You know the score. We are.